What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with my England tour of India 5 test match series that begins in just under a day and a half. I'm going to give my full series predictions, most runs, most wickets, big headlines, big calls, and my scoreline prediction. I think that's obviously quite self-explanatory. So hey, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and please do comment down below all of your predictions for this 5-match test series between India and England in India's own backyard. Of course, it does kick off very soon now, and thought, why would I not come out with a little predictions video? I've got the squads up. I've got my notepad up that I will just give through all of my predictions like usual. And we're just going to kind of touch on where the games are being played and just discuss a little bit of this series. So, hey, let's just hop straight into it. Not here to waste time. This is the big thing of 2024 that I think we've been all looking for. We knew this was going to kickstart the year of cricket, really. Like, there's Australia versus West Indies test match, which even as an Aussie, it's like, that's good. I'm going to watch it because it's Australia, but I don't really care for it. This is where test cricket is going to be played in just its all glory. So let's do it. First test match in Hyderabad, 3 p.m. start. Wait, no, that's in Australia. 9:30 a.m. local time, which would make more sense in Hyderabad. Should be an absolute cracker. So good to see that we've got 5, because I think in the past it's just been the 4. The second game, I could try and pronounce where it's being played, but I know it's at the stadium where it's got like ADCA. Something like that. We call it the Alphabet Stadium. In Rajkot is the third one, the 4th test in Ranchi, and the 5th test in Dharamshala. So that's going to be a bloody beauty to see some test cricket played down there at that gorgeous venue. And that's really it that we have to touch on with the fixtures. We'll just jump over to the 2 squads here for a moment. We'll talk about England just briefly. There's nothing too important here. Hopefully they get smacked and see what happens here. But anyways, wicketkeeper, of course, will be that man. Jonathan Bairstow, Zach Crawley, Ben Duckett. Folkes is like that backup wicketkeeper. Does he get a game eventually? Dan Lawrence has been added into the squad for Harry Brook, who is out due to personal reasons. So I'm unsure if he was, a little bit worried about the India spin trio, or, he just had some memories of the IPL when he had to sit on the bench. I'm unsure, but I hope he's okay. I hope everything's, jokes aside, I actually do hope everything is all good with him and his family. And yeah, that's passing on our best wishes for him. So Lawrence joins, Ollie Pope, Joe Allen DeGeneres Root, and of course, it does say Harry Brook right there, withdrawn. The all-rounders, I wouldn't classify Ben Stokes as an all-rounder now. I mean, he pretty much bowls absolute rubbish and doesn't bat very well anymore. So he's kind of just a captain in my eyes, but he will lead the team again. So is this the last time that we see Ben Stokes as the captain of India in a series? Maybe. Rian Ahmed, of course, the bloke's only 19, but he's a pretty good spinner, and he can do okay with the bat. I wouldn't classify him as a full all-rounder, would you? But I guess he is on this website. In the bowlers, Jimmy Anderson is going to tour India again. I think this is like the 7th or 8th time that he's actually toured the country that is India. He's 41. This man's been playing since dinosaurs were around. So this is this man probably made his debut when, Kapil Dev was playing. Like, this is how long he's been around for. This is how long Jimmy's been bouncing around for. Gus Atkinson, Tom Hartley, who, I don't think he'll play. Jack Leach, Ollie Robinson, Shoaib Bashir, who I believe is actually having problems getting into the country at the moment. So who knows what's going to happen there. And then we've got the big, scary, fast man, Mark Wood, Lucknow Super Giants legend. So I think their bowling attack is actually quite solid for once. Usually they have a few guys who you're unsure about, but Jimmy, Robinson, Gus, Leach, and then you can obviously switch in one of Wood for Atkinson, I guess, if you needed, or Shoaib Bashir, because you're going to play Rian Ahmed as an all-rounder anyway. So there's definitely a few spinning options that they have. Joe Root can obviously bowl some tweakers here and there. On to the squad that I think will win it. India. So their first and second test squad has been announced, of course. The big news of, we'll get to it. Rohit Sharma, the skipper, awesome. Shrikar Bharat, the wicket keeper, if he will be the first choice keeper. Iyer, Jaiswal, Jarrell included in the squad, but we're not expecting he plays. KL Rahul, Shubman Gill, and the big news that came out yesterday, Virat Kohli withdrawn from the first 2 test matches, which it's a little bit upsetting. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit upsetting, but I hope everything's okay with Kohli and his family. I'm unsure if it's because I think his wife is due to give birth very soon, so I'm unsure if that's the reasoning, but I don't know if he would, not play 2 test matches because maybe, I don't even know, I actually have no idea. So hopefully all is good there. All-rounders, Ravi Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, and Axar Patel. So good luck to England trying to face this spinning trio right here. And if that wasn't enough spin for you, you've also got the great man here, Kuldeep Yadav, if needed. Bumrah, Avesh Khan in the squad. Don't know how, but Siraj and Mukesh Kumar is a pretty good pace attack. Of course, no Mohammad Shami. We wanted to see the Sham God absolutely tear through England, but it's not going to be in this series, and he might not even play the IPL, which is a little bit scary, but we'll get to that in another video. And that is the squads. So we've gone through the squads. It's time to get to the notepad and go through my full series predictions. We're going to start off with my things that I'm most looking forward to watching in this series. I just thought I'd touch on a few headlines and things that we're talking about going into the series. So watching Rohit go big, hopefully. I think, with no Kohli, he needs to be, obviously he's the captain, but he needs to be the big superstar on show and go big for the team in the first test match and put his stamp of authority on this series from the get-go. We've seen what he did in the last T20. Completely different format now. He's got to switch into test mode and try and work himself into a good innings. Jaiswal and Gill duo, are they going to go back up the ranks and just continue to prove why they're 2 of the most exciting prospects in world cricket? Expecting that we see a lot of runs from the both of those 2. India spin trio, I think that's pretty self-explanatory again. I mean, you've got 4 very good spinners in the Indian team. They're probably going to only play the 3 of them in 1-11, but all 3 of them are fantastic, have absolutely torn apart teams that have come to India before, like Australia at the start of last year. So it's going to be interesting. I've also got, does a wicketkeeper change get made? Now, I think obviously we're expecting that Bharat takes the gloves in the first test match. I mean, KL Rahul is right there. You could just play KL and make him wicket keep, but they seem pretty certain on playing someone like Shrikar Bharat, who I know just made a nice 100 against the England A team, or the England Lions as they're called, right? So maybe that's the reasoning. Jarrell's in the squad, but I'm thinking if, let's say Bharat does nothing and KL is in the team, but they don't want him to wicket keep, do we see Jarrell debut? If we get to the 3rd or 4th test match and the wicket keeping is a problem, maybe we do see a change. Bumrah, Siraj, Anderson with the new ball. Pretty self-explanatory, but that's kind of, I don't want to say the only damage that pacers can do in India, but when you get that new ball as a pace bowler, you have to take advantage of it early. And I've got, can Bazball stand up in the toughest of conditions? Now, again, all the talk about this Bazball crap, we've seen them get exposed in their own backyard against Australia. So I don't know what makes people think they're going to do it in foreign conditions in India, where it turns a mile and makes you look very silly when you don't know how to play it. So I'm looking forward to them hopefully getting smashed. But look, I think they do have some very good hitters at the top who play spin well. Crawley, Duckett, I think both of those guys could do some early damage. So they're going to have to make sure there's wickets early. And there's also one more thing here that I probably forgot to get rid of. Will Ben Stokes' fraud captaincy be exposed? I actually meant to delete that, but we'll leave it there. That's a question to be asked. That's fair enough. What do you guys think? All right, into my predictions. Most wickets time. I've got I'm going for players from both countries, so I'm just trying to get one from each team, just to make it a little bit more in-depth. I've got Ravi Ashwin, pretty easy there, and Rehan Ahmed. I think, look, the two spinners in India, does anyone expect anything different than spinners to be the most wickets? Like, I could see a guy like Siraj or Bumrah or Anderson or Robinson taking a six for. But other than that, I just don't see, big clumps of wickets every game. So I'm going to go with the spin. Pretty easy predictions. It could be any spinner. Just take your pick. Let's move on. Most runs. Now, hopefully I don't spoil anything else. Here we go. Most runs from India. We've got Jaiswal. I just think he's made for red ball cricket. I mean, we've seen what he can do in white ball already, and we can see what he can do in test cricket as well. He's probably going to open alongside Rohit, and he's awesome. I just love watching him. He's a beautiful left-hander, and there's nothing more to say to that. I think he'll make the most runs, hopefully, if given every game opportunity. And then I've got Zach Crawley from England. I was between him and Joe Root, but I'm like, we'll just go for something a bit different, just so that I'm not probably doing the same as everyone else. So, I could see Zach Crawley or a Ben Duckett going big. I can definitely see one of them, doing some damage. And I think this is my last prediction here. Oh, there it is. Series prediction: India win 5-0. Now, I'm going to give India the big most upper hand here and say that they smash England, turn these people into little minnows and just make them rethink their test status. So, India win 5-0. Look, I don't know if there's any rain on the forecast projected for any of these games. I don't really care. I don't think any of the pitches are going to be that flat. So I don't think we're going to see a draw. Hopefully not. And I'm going to give India 5-0. That's how I feel in my head. That's how I feel in my heart. And that's enough for me. I've also got one last prediction that I remember down here. Here we go. We're going to cap the video off right down here. Big call. England get in a great position to win a test match, and they choke it badly. So that's just kind of a fun little prediction there, but I hope that comes true. But hey, that will cap us off. Let's leave it on the series prediction. Hey, let's do it right here. That will finish us off. I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Leave a like, and please make sure you do comment down below all of your predictions for this series. I want to hear them. And hey, that'll finish us off. I hope we all enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one.